communication. And see, I don't want to get too deep into it right now because it's a lot that goes into it. But some of the things that I'll talk about, some of the practices in order to help to cultivate our energy, because basically, you know, in the ascension process, we practice building our energy body, and building, you know, and building our energy body, we raise our frequencies, we become more sensitive to the environment, and in doing that, what we want to do is practice cultivating and training our energy so that we know how to be able to interact with the rest of the environment. Because there, you know, we start to become more aware of, we come across energy bodies that, you know, may take host of human beings, or that may just be independently, you know, floating in the air or whatever it may be. But we come in contact with these interdimensional entities, and I don't want to sound too sci-fi, but you know, that's like, you know, getting into the realm of even bacteria. That's all interdimensional. You know, once you step out of the third dimension, which is the physical reality, or things that we interpret as humans with our five senses. But once you know, once we become more aware of that, we have to train our energy in order to be able to handle, you know, dealing with things in the environment. Like, for example, like right now, you know, the environment is not as peaceful and harmonious. How can I say? As far as like the energy and the frequencies that's in the air, and it's partially because of the climate and the season that we're in. So, you know, training, but you know, training, getting back to training our energy, to be able to learn how to deal with that higher awareness. Some of the things that I'll talk about, which you probably already have heard about, is like, example, Tai Chi, Qigong, and Reiki. Those are kind of like the major ones. There are some other ones too that I've heard before, but I never seen like actually being put into practice. You also start to get into feng shui, and you know, that's getting into kind of like creating the environment to be able to help with the energy work. So those are some of the things. You can do research on those, you know, on your own, and be able to look those up. But basically, you know, what they teach in those practices are rituals, in order to be able to help train and cultivate our energy. And it actually, you know, we naturally start to get into it. It's just that it's a system, you know, with instructors and teachers that'll be able to help to guide on that path. Because, you know, some people start to, you know, on the path of ascension, people start to unlock abilities, and sometimes they may not be aware of how to be able to deal with it. I don't want to get too much into that either in this video. Basically, you know, I just want to talk a little bit about energy work, energy healing, just, you know, scratch the surface, talk about the basic concepts. And in another video, I'll probably talk a little bit more about cellular communication and healing, because that's, well, cellular communication and energizing those cells is key in order to be able to help to heal someone, you know, in their physical form, emotionally. To heal someone emotionally, I think it's a little bit easier, just because, you know, emotions exist on a realm that's of a lesser density. And I'm not going to say that it requires less energy, because some people are very emotional, which means that they carry a lot of energy. But, you know, dealing in the physical world and, you know, healing physical cells, because it requires such a massive amount of energy just to produce one cell, it's going to require a massive amount of energy in order to be able to heal one cell. So, you know, it's a little bit more complex, and I'm still learning. I'm still doing research on it and learning how to be able to present and talk about it, you know, to be able to converse, learning the technical terms and all of that. Because, you know, some people naturally are born with those abilities to be able to sense what's happening in the environment and be able to heal, whether it's emotionally or physically, and just may not be able to describe it, or may not know, you know, a scientific way of how to be able to describe it. And that's what I'm really into, is learning how to take spiritual concepts and explain it in the physical or in a scientific form. And I think that's one of the things that makes today, like living in today's society, so interesting, is the connection of spiritual principles that have been taught for thousands of years. But now, today, in today's society, we have technology to be able to prove that these practices actually work. Now that's something I'll get into in another video too. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that I've been researching that I would love to share and talk about. Just being able to learn how to converse and present the information. But right now, you know, as far as like dealing with this video, I want to make sure that that I just cover those main points, which is, you know, bringing the awareness of the necessity of getting to energy healing once we start to get into these higher levels of vibration and expansion, because we start to become more aware of the energy presences, whether they are physical or non-physical, that are all around, interdimensional entities, and it's so much. So I don't want to overwhelm in this video, so I'll probably just close it out with saying cultivating the energy in order to help to provide energy healing. Practices for that are Tai Chi, Qigong, Reiki, and those are things that we can practice like within ourselves. And then Feng Shui is getting into where you start to set up different environments that help with cultivating not only your own energy, but just the energy that exists in other dimensions, that's kind of like beyond our physical or five senses, but we become more aware of it as we start to raise up in the ascension process. We start to become more aware of higher dimensional realities. So I don't want to get too deep into it because it's a lot. I'll probably have to, you know, write down the concepts, because I'm pretty sure it's a lot more things that I want to talk about that I might be absent-minded on right now. But yeah, to kind of summarize what it is that you know, that I wanted to talk about in this video is, number one, you know, as far as dealing with energy work and energy healing, number one is intention. You know, what are you trying to do? And every move you make says something. So, you know, it's kind of like the saying, our expressions leave an impression on the environment. So, you know, we have to look at, okay, what is our intention? What kind of impression are we trying to leave? What kind of expression are we giving off? Then, let me see. Remember, there's a massive amount of energy that's required to be able to maintain the physical form. So there's going to be a massive amount of energy that's required in order to be able to heal the physical form. So that's getting more into the ascension process, cultivating our energy. Practices in order to do that is Tai Chi, Qigong, Reiki, and Feng Shui. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up from there. It's some more concepts that I want to get into. a little bit later, because I mean this stuff is really exciting, very interesting and intriguing, but I don't want to overwhelm anybody, and plus I don't want to talk anybody's ear off and make this video too long. So with that being said, hopefully you guys stay on the spiritual path. Keep on cultivating your energy, keep raising those vibrations, the expansion, become aware of the environment all around, and you know, show love. And you know, and all your intentions, be able to try to heal, you know, because that's what we need here on this world today, is healers, energy healers. So you know, with that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all have a good one, take care, peace, be blessed.